Firstly, basically, because we already had a call on link profile analysis, I would like to take some questions that you people might have related to that. So go ahead and ask your questions, and we would be able to answer that. There are no questions. You people tried that task, right?
So I tried it, but I only had like one client that was brand new and hadn't had the whole like crawl done with all the different sites. And that was Life Proper, and it's a brand new website, so they only had about five links to them.
Right.
um, I'd had a couple really small issues pertaining to like when I was trying to add the formula to my Google Sheet to pull the root domain. Like I wasn't something was going off with that, and I couldn't get that in. But that's like a really particular problem, not like.
Okay, what happened to your sheet when you tried to add the links?
When I tried to do the formula for the pulling the root domain from just like the regular URLs to remove duplicates, it would only do it for one specific or the formula that I copied from our training. It was only doing like one specific box, not the whole row. Like it just kept pulling the specific square, like the second row and column, and
Have
putting
you
it on every single one.
have you pulled that formula down to that column?
Yes.
Okay, can you share
So I
that
tried to select.
Can you share your
Yeah.
screen and the sheet basically that you have worked on?
Yeah. Just one minute.
If you were doing that thing offline, then it should be working from the very first cell itself. I mean, you put the formula in the first cell or in the first row, and it would automatically run till end. But if you are using a Google spreadsheet, you will have to pull up the formula till the end.
Okay, so I was using the Google spreadsheet.
Yep. So you'll have to pull the formula till your last column, or just copy the formula and you know paste it in every single sheet, and you'll uh, start getting the root domains of that specific column A.
Yeah, so this was the um
So yep. So either you can copy this formula and paste it in every column there, or you can pull the formula down, and it would show the root domain to every website that's listed there.
so even when I try doing it separately in the other box, it still pulls the first one. So I'd have to change the formula for each.
Okay.
Excuse me. I noticed with the records with the formula, I think instead of
Yeah.
search, you have to use the find function instead of search.
Yes, it was fine,
Mhm.
and it should work now.
There.
Okay. And if I wanted to apply it to the whole column, could I just select it like this and enter it
Yes, it should work.
like
I
that?
mean,
Or you may just select the cell, and then on the lower right you will see there. I mean, you select first B2, and then you will see there a dot on the box there on the cell itself.
right
B2.
bottom corner of
Yes.
B2.
of B2. Yeah, and then drag it down until B5, and then there.
Oh, got it. Okay, so that was because it's find and not search.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Okay, great. So, any other question? Andrew, do you have more clients that have that link profile analysis pending, or do you have only
Yes,
one?
it's just in the phase where we're reviewing all the links since there are so many,
Okay,
I
so
believe.
okay, so basically, it might happen that for all your client, the sheet is already created. You people
Mhm.
have to check the links, or for some of your client you have to create the sheet because they are new and then check the links. So there can be two kind of things with the clients. Firstly, probably all your clients, probably some of your clients already have the sheet prepared by the junior tax on the account who worked on that sheet, and you just need to check the sheet further. And what thing that you probably find in those sheet is they are not checking. We discuss, like Rohit, you discuss, like we need to check only the root domains, right? But basically previously what junior tax were doing, they were checking all the links, even if those links are from the same domain. So you people have to find out if people have to sort their sheet further, and then you have
Okay.
to you have to find out the root domains, and you have to check the root domains only. Because obviously we do not believe, I personally feel, do not believe that if the root domain is bad, obviously you do not want any link, deeper link from any deep links. uh, if the root domain is okay, that's okay to have link on any of the other deep links on that website. So you can just probably check the main domain, the root domain, and find out if that root domain is okay. Then just go ahead and say the link is not bad. And if the root domain is not fine and you think that the links should be removed, you can find out the contact details and contact that particular website, and say that we have the link on your website for that particular domain, and we want to remove that. So any other question that you people might have while working on that, or basically if you want Rohit to basically go over the task again, or you just want to uh, get answers of your questions first?
Yes, and do remember we do not want duplicate root domains to be checked.
Right.
Yep. Um, wasn't able. So for that, for Life Proper, I wasn't able to do the Google Search Console because I don't have access um, to that. So I've requested access to it, but since it's such a new client, I really doubt we'll get anything else. But that is one thing I wasn't able to do.
What I will do is I'm gonna email DPs so that they will
And
provide access to you people for all the client from now. Because they do not, because previously we were not adding link builders to GCS, because GSC, because obviously you were not doing that task related to, I mean, any task related to Google Search Console. But basically because you have started doing task for that particular tool, I will email the DPs so that they will from now start adding the link builder on the account to the Google Search Consoles.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. That would be nice.
Okay, I will
yes,
email today. Yep.
thank you.
I have a, I don't have a technical question. It's more along the lines of just of actually doing the screaming frog. I had I have a client in Juku Racing,
Mm-hmm.
and the site is
Oh.
absolutely massive. It's there's so many links on the site,
And
and
Juke is one of the client that we have issues from. I mean, the crawling issue. I can bet on that. I mean, you probably have so many crawling issue with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what I want to know is because I've been crawling the site for like hours now, and it doesn't slow down my PC. My PC is quite capable, but it really hogs all the bandwidth, and I found that to be a bit crippling. Now, is there a way to sort of limit how much bandwidth the Screaming Frog uses so it can sort of carry on with work, or do I just need to sit and wait, or that's something I can fix?
Well, actually, you can set the amount of RAM that could be used by Screaming Frog.
But the
Rohit,
RAM
can you show that by
RAM,
sharing your screen?
Yep,
RAM
sure.
isn't a problem though. I don't have a problem with RAM. I've got enough RAM, but my bandwidth seems to slow down a lot. Like
I
I
don't
And
can't.
think we can control the bandwidth then.
Is it okay? Okay. I just wanted to know maybe there was a way, but okay, not the end of the world.
No.
Okay.
Okay, Rohit.
I did.
Yeah, go ahead,
Sorry.
Andrea. Go ahead,
No,
please.
with Screaming Frog. Speaking of Screaming Frog, I thought it was interesting because when I was pulling or exporting the links, I saw that you could do internal and external, and I just did both to see what the difference was. And I was curious why we select we select internal and then we get a huge list of sites and then we delete all the ones that aren't related to the client. That's correct. Why do we do it that way instead of just looking at them from the external side? Because when I did the external the export, it only had like 5 sites, whereas the other one had like, I don't know, 100, and only 4 or 5 of them are related to our client.
You exported all outlinks or all inlinks?
So I did both, and I was just wondering why we do it
Well, when
the
we
way
talk
we're supposed to.
links, so inlinks means a link coming from a site to from our site to our site within the pages of our site. So that those are internal links. When we talk about external links, so we are getting the links from the external sites. So that's why we are exporting the external links, because we want to check from what all sites we are getting the backlinks from. So that's why we are supposed to export all outlinks and not all inlinks.
That is true. All in links are not required. For link profile analysis, we just export all the out links.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. I guess I'll have to do it a few more times to see the real difference, because here, I'm just going to share my screen again and show you like the 2 different exports and I guess why I'm like not understanding the difference between them. I mean, theoretically I do, but when I see the list and then separate them out, it seems like the same thing. Okay. So this was my Screaming Frog sheet, and this was yeah, all outlinks.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, it's like a bunch, and I had to find the ones that were just related to my client, and I actually just highlighted them in, I think I highlighted them in green. Oops. Okay. So yeah, I deleted, you can see here, I just made tabs so I would have everything visually. I deleted all the
Mm-hmm.
unrelated one, but all the only life proper links.
One thing in your report, we do not require the images. We just require the href.
Yes. Yeah, this is my deleted tab just to show that I deleted the images, the CSS.
Okay.
That
Okay.
I won't have that in the future. It was just since it's my first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so all the
HFs.
load. Yeah, so like I highlighted the life proper ones, which is the client, and there were only 4. Yeah, and so this is the sheet we were just in. But when you do the internal export, I got the same links.
But see here, in when you did the internal,
Mm-hmm.
have the source URLs there along with it? I don't think so.
Oh.
You need the source URL to reach out to the webmaster, don't you?
I mean, I think these are the source URLs. The address is the source URL. It's the same. It's just named differently.
Then
Okay,
if address is the source URLs, then how would you know that what page is linking to the source URL?
yep. We need a complete report, and that report we find out through outlinks.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's just the other information.
Yes.
Okay, that answers it. Thank you for walking through that with me.
Sure.
Okay, any other question? Christy, Katrina, Marvin?
I wasn't able to join the training last week. Could somebody provide the formula for the concatenate, well, the concatenate formula, really?
Yep. Okay, Rohit, can we do a little, I mean, just a recap, uh, I mean, very quick recap of what we discussed last, I mean, for the link profile analysis, not going through everything, but just a quick recap.
Yep, we can do it. And even, yep, sure, we can do it. Not a problem. And if any of, like, since he has done, Rainier, he has done, so they have the sheets already ready. So they can share the screen and they can let us know. What do you think? I mean, if they get stuck somewhere, I can probably let them know.
Okay,
This way, they'll have, a proper presentation also.
yeah, Jethro, Rainier, have you gone through, I mean, have you created any of your sheets that you can uh, share your screen and show how you created those?
Yeah, I have. I'm actually done with the uh Screaming Frog and with the file itself, with the Google Sheet itself.
Okay, can you share your screen and show us the steps that you follow?
Um, Actually, the file actually Rohit uh exported the file in Screaming Frog because, yeah, based on my experience, a 4 gig RAM would be having a hard time exporting the links in Screaming Frog, and also it would depend as well with the site if it has a lot of links that will be exported. For example, with my experience with the exported file that Rohit gave to me.
Okay, you do not need to go through the Screaming Frog, add the URLs, and do the crawling. You just
Mhm.
need to give us the steps what you follow and how those sheets have been created.
Okay, let me first open the file. The file's around 300 MB, so it
Wow.
would yeah. So just give me a second. I'll just open the file first. Just give me a second. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, this one is opening. That's the one that was exported by Rohit, and then this one, the other one, this one is the final, or the final for the profiling analysis, which is I think I already posted it in the Basecamp. Give me a second.
Well, let's start from the scratch. First of
Uh,
all, show us the sheet uh, the three sheets from where you export collected the data. That should that should be your first sheet.
Okay.
Initially, we should be collecting the data from SEMrush,
Yes, for from
Google
those
Search
two
Console,
tools.
and Moz, right?
Yes, that's right. So yeah, it takes a time while it opens. So yeah, after I received the file from Rohit, what I did is first I check each of those sheets. So for example, with the sheet that I received from Rohit, I had 6 sheets, and then for the first sheets, it contains around 1 million links. So first I sort out all the hrefs or href in the types under column A, and then after that, once I have sorted it out, I sorted it by what's the next one? By the I forgot the other one, but yeah, I sorted it by the uh sorry, by the type href, and then the next one is still not loading. By the destination, I guess, yeah, destination. So I choose to filter it by name, by text, and then you have to select contain there, contains, and then you have to type there the website, specific website. For me, for example, it was Sawyer Train, so I input there Sawyer Train, sorry, and then after that it would uh from 1 million, I guess it went down to around 1,000. So after that, I created a new sheet and copy the sorted file there into the new sheet. And then I also do that on the other remaining 5 sheets. And then after that, once I'd copied all of them, what I did is I removed the type column, so deleted it. And then after that, can you still hear me, guys? Sorry.
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, there. And then after that, yeah, my laptop is
We
still
cannot
not working.
visualize anything. So, Rohit, would
Yeah.
it be possible for you to share your screen and do a quick recap? Because obviously we know that Rainier know the process. So just if you can do a quick recap so everybody in the call know what they just remind what we have discussed in first meeting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So here we how we do it. The first thing that we are supposed to do is that we collect data from three places. That is SEMrush, secondly Moz. In Moz we get the data from Link Explorer, and the third is GSC. We download the latest links. Once we have the links from these three places, then we collect the data and prepare a sheet that is with the raw data. And let me see, just a second. This is how the raw data looks like. we basically from all the three sheets we download the source URL. We collect the source URLs and collect it at a single in a single tab. And from here we remove the duplicate data, the duplicate URLs. Since I've already removed the duplicate URLs, so we may not find any here. Once we have removed all the duplicate URLs, then we run the remaining URLs through Screaming Frog. For Screaming Frog, we go here in the Screaming Frog and we do some settings. We go into configurations, spider, we uncheck everything here except external links. And in advanced tab, we can check for allow cookies. You can increase the speed of your crawl. It basically depends upon your RAM, but by default, you can increase it up to 10 threads. And just copy the URLs from here. And you can start crawling them. All right. Uh, Suppose you are done with the crawl. So once you are done with the crawl, you go into bulk export and you export all outlinks. Once you have exported all outlinks, this is the type of sheet that you receive. In this sheet, you need to sort this sheet by column type. Basically, we need only and only URLs that are of type href. Apart from that, we don't need any type of URLs. So we would select just href type. Once done, we would copy this sheet in a new in all this content into a new sheet like this one. Then the second step that you need to do is to sort the column destination with the client URLs. That means the destination URL should only be containing the uh, client URL, or the URL should be the one that sits on client side. See, I'm since I'm doing this for a heli boutique, so you can see the client the URL that I mentioned here is a heli boutique. Once we have filtered this, we would again copy this sheet into a new tab here. Once we are here, then we would create a new column, column B, name it root domain, and we would implement the formula. The formula has been shared with you. It's equals to left a2 find slash a2 9. I think the formula is there with you, or do I need to share it again? Okay, let me share it with you guys. Once we are done with the formula, we'll get all the root domains. Once you have all the root domains, you need to sort it and remove the duplicate root domains. Since I've already removed, so you might not find any duplicates. Yep. Now this is the sheet that remains with you. Now again, if you want to make it more shorter, you need to take care of only the links that are follow. You don't need to bother about the no follow links because they don't really bother us. So here you come out with the final sheet. And this is the sheet that you need to take care of, or you need to check for in profile analysis. And if you find any of the bad links out of this sheet, then you need to reach out to the webmaster. All right.
I hope the process is clear now.
Yeah, that was a really good intro. Thank you, Rohit. Now, how often do we have to do this?
This complete task.
Yeah, is it something that we do quarterly, monthly, or how often do we
Okay.
check the links?
So firstly, when the client comes on board, you have to do this task, right? You have to analyze the link of the client. And then once that is done, basically, I'm not saying that once the client comes, you have to start the process and complete it in a week or so. You have to start the process and then complete it depending upon how many links you have to check, right? So suppose there are 50 links, that's okay to complete in two, well, like for 1 month or 1.5 months to check the links and outreach those links to get removed some of the bad links. Now if there are like 2000 links to check, obviously that will take time. It might take time from 3 months to 4 months to check the links and then do the outreaches. Now this task will reoccur. I mean, firstly, this is the reoccurring task. So firstly, you have to do it when the client comes on board, and the second time you have to do after a quarter. So um, after 3 months, because we already created the links of the client, or maybe there can be some other companies doing some link building for the client. They might create some bad links, or there can be some other competitors that might do some negative SEO for the client. They probably create some bad links for the client. So that's why we have set, like, after we complete this task, we probably need to do this task again in next 3 months, right? So it's kind of quarterly. You have to do it first when the client comes in, and then after a quarter again, you have to perform the link profile analysis. Or maybe in the quarterly strategy, the DPs can decide if they want another link profile analysis or not. But once the task is complete, we generally complete this task, and we do not keep this task open for next quarter. And probably DPs can also decide if we want a new link profile analysis, or you can ask for in the quarterly meeting you have with the client that we can have another link profile analysis, because the link profile analysis was done like 3 months ago. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Any other question? I hope after this call the process will be more clear to all of you, and you would be able to check your task and do it easily. And if anything comes up, we are here. You can just let us know, and we would be able to help you. Okay.
Okay. I'm sure I might have more questions once like we find sites that should be removed, no follow or disavowed. But I haven't got there yet.
Okay. No problem. Take your time. Check your task. Try it once or twice, and then if you have any issue, just let us know. But we want you to be clear, and then obviously this task should be handled by you people. So probably DPs might get little bit, sometimes they ask for the updation. So yeah, I mean, this is something that you have to start sooner now. So basically see the deadline of your task, and uh, yeah, I mean, accordingly, according to the priorities of your task, start working on these tasks first, right? And outreaches, obviously, those should also be your priority, because we cannot push the outreaches because we have this link profile analysis. outreaches have already have more priority than this link profile analysis. Okay, this is something we need to remove links, but getting more links for the client is more always have more priority than removing some of the bad links. Okay.
Sorry, just a quick question. I don't suppose there's a way to, like if we've got like 500 links that we have to go through, there's no
Mhm.
way to prioritize uh, the really bad links from the not so really bad ones. I don't suppose there's a way to do that, right?
Yeah. So basically, what you need to do is, suppose you got a list of 500 links to check. So, depending upon the hours that client have, so suppose 500 links for the 30-hour client, you can spend like for today you can check like first 20 links and then find out no bad links in that particular lot, then go ahead and check next week or maybe the week after and next 20 or 30 links. So you can divide or phase out that task. It is not necessary that you completely check the 500 links in the same week. You can phase out your task according to your priorities.
Okay, and say now some links to some sites are worse than others. Is there any sort of way to
the,
differentiate, or is
the
it just
criteria you're talking about, like why some links are bad and why some links are not?
yeah, like so say now one link points to like an adult website, whereas another link just points to a forum. Is there any sort of way to differentiate that in the sheet so I could attack the one that points to the adult website first, or is it just go from number one and just work your way through?
No,
I don't know.
obviously the link to the adult website and the website is not that or not of that niche is something that you have to give priority and contact the webmaster to get that link removed first. And then some links on the foreign websites. Foreign website is something like your website is in English, but the link is on like some Chinese website that actually completely not relevant to the client niche. Obviously, we want to get those links removed. So the first criteria should be remove the link from any of the adult website, then the foreign website, then the website uh, which is okay but not completely, I mean, completely irrelevant to client business. The link is okay but completely irrelevant to the client business, and also the topic on which the link we got the link is not what is I mean according to the client business, so we need to get those links removed. um, if you are have some confusions, you find out some bad links and you do not know that if those links should be removed or not, you can assign back to me. I can check that and I will let you know if those links should be removed or not, and then you can go ahead and do the outreaches.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Okay. Okay, any other question?
Nope.
Okay, if you think that there is some formula that you want from Rohit, just go ahead and talk to him on GChat, and he would be able to give you the formulas if you lost them, any of them. So yeah, go ahead and talk to Rohit, and he would be able to give that. And other than that, I think we are good. We already have two calls now, and this call is actually more clear. So yeah, if you got any issue, just let me and Rohit know, and we would be able to sort that for you. And yeah, I mean, start on these tasks. These tasks are important, but not as much important as the outreaches task. So first priority should always be given to the research and outreaches, and then this task. So yeah, let me know if you have any confusion, so I would be able to help you there. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right,
Okay,
thank
great. Thank you, Rohit. Thank you once again for joining the call and giving us more a quick recap. That is actually what we needed. And thank you everyone for joining the call, and let us know if any issue comes again. so we can sort it right away.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.